Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsea. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. If you want to see more of my videos, press the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. If you need any Stampin' Up! Products to make this card, you can visit my online store and the link is in the description box below. When you purchase Stampin' Up! Products through me, you can earn free products. Check out my current customer appreciation products on my blog, and the link is listed below in the description. Today, I'd like to share with you this really cute card made with some of the In the Wild Designer Series paper. Now, I really fell in love with this beautiful paper and have made a couple projects using it. So make sure to check out my channel to see more projects with this paper. Now, another reason that I wanted to highlight the Designer Series paper today, because right now, Stampin' Up! Is having a sale on a select group of their Designer Series paper. And I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of it. And if you're interested in any of their paper, you can go online and purchase some of it at a discounted price. So let's go ahead and get started creating this cute card. So to begin creating this card, you're going to need to choose 2 patterns from any Designer Series paper. And I've chosen this fun kind of a tribal pattern with an animal print. Now I wanted to share with you some of the other patterns from the In the Wild Designer Series paper so that you can see all the fun patterns you can get when you purchase one of their packs. Now you get a lot of patterns that are kind of animal print, geometric, some floral fauna, and then when you flip them over you can see that there's more animal print, some nice large animals that you could even fussy cut. I love this beautiful flower and leaf print. The same with this one, it's super colorful. Some more leaf, tree, flowers, and then some more animal. So lots of variation to the pack of paper. So we're going to begin with each one of these papers cut to 4 inches by 5 1/4. So you've got those 2 patterns, and you're just going to start by tearing them in the center. Now you want the mark or the tears to be different. You want there to be an opening between the 2 patterns. So go ahead and kind of have fun and tear that, and then do the same here. Okay, so that one is a very interesting shape right there. So you're going to take those 2 patterns and you're bringing them together. Now here you notice that you have another set of torn pieces. And so you can again bring these patterns together and create a second card with your leftover pieces. But today we're going to be working on this card and just be creating that one. So I'm going to have a card base of Smoky Slate cardstock. And I have already cut and scored it to just a normal size card base. And then I'm going to use a strip of Smoky Slate cardstock that is 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches. And what this is going to do is this is where I'm going to add this really pretty gold leafing for the center of my card. And what I want to do is just kind of see if it's going to cover up enough of that cardstock there. So I'm just kind of opening it up a little bit so that looks good there. So let's go ahead and take this and we're going to add some glue to this piece of cardstock with just some liquid glue. And then you want to kind of smear this around. So I'm just going to take a paper towel and just kind of get my whole cardstock nice and sticky so that that gold foil has something to adhere to. And the reason I'm using a paper towel is so that I can throw it away. So after that piece is covered in glue, you're going to place it in some gilded leafing. And when I open mine up, I do like to add a little bit to a plastic container like this so that I have a little more space to work in it with it and it doesn't make such a mess all over my work area. It does tend to get everywhere, even though I try my hardest to keep it from going crazy. So now you're just going to kind of rub off any loose gold leafing. So you'll end up with something that looks like this. And then make sure to cover this up and clean up your surface before you move on to the next step. So now we're ready to put the background together. So I find that the easiest way to do this is to begin with some adhesive along the outside edge of your pattern paper. So go ahead and apply that to your card. And I'm just going to make sure there's a nice border all the way around. And there's no adhesive here in the center. And the same here. A nice border, and that they kind of will match up when they're together. So like that. And you can see there's just a little bit of peeking through right there. And that's where we're going to slide in our gold leafing. So go ahead and add some adhesive to the back of that piece. And then just kind of tuck that in between those two pieces. And then you want to make sure that it doesn't peek out at the bottom or the top, that you're only seeing it in between the patterns. Now I think I may actually tear just a little bit more right here so I can see a little bit more of that gold coming through. So I felt like the Art in Bloom stamp set paired really nicely with those patterns that I chose for the card. And we're going to be using this large 3-flower image, and then also cutting things out with the bloom dies and creating some fun leaves with those dies as well. So I'm stamping the flowers in Evening Evergreen, which is that dark green color that matches the pattern paper. The fun thing about this stamp is that you can stamp and cut all 3 flowers at the same time. And so it would be really easy to create multiple cards with this stamp. Now I wanted the center to have a little color, so I'm pulling in crushed curry, which is also another color that coordinates nicely with the pattern paper. And with a sponge dauber, I'm just adding a little bit of that crushed curry to the center of each flower. Then I can take the coordinating die and match it up, and then add some washi tape to hold it in place. Make sure when you add the washi tape that it goes on the outside edge. And then I can run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine along with the leaf die and some soft succulent cardstock. All right, so then I've got one of those flowers that cut out and the 2 leaves. So the next thing I'm going to stamp is the greeting, and I want to use the Create with Friends stamp set. And I wanted to say you are amazing. So I've got the you're here and amazing. So I'm just going to put both of those images on one clear block, ink them up with some Cajun Craze ink, which matches, again, that coordinating designer series paper, stamped it on some basic white cardstock, and then I just need to fussy cut it out. Okay, so I've cut out amazing, and now I'm going to use my paper trimmer to cut out your. So I'm going to do this by lining up my text to my cut line. So I'm not lining up the paper to the guide until I have a line that matches my stamped image. And then just kind of line things up again, trim. It gets a little tight when it gets smaller. I'm just really bad at cutting straight lines. So this is just a nice, easy way to know that I'm getting nice straight cuts. So then I've got and now that I have a nice straight line, I could actually follow that line to make it a little smaller if I want. Okay, so I have You're Amazing. Okay, so now that I have all my pieces, let's go ahead and finish putting this card together. The focal point of my card is in front of some vellum, and I've cut a circle. It's about 2 3/4 inches in diameter, and I'm going to layer my pieces on top of this vellum circle first, and then I'll add some adhesive behind those pieces and add it to my card. So first goes the flower, and it just gets tucked in over here on this side, and then I'm going to do the You're Amazing with some dimensionals. And I've added those to the back, and that just goes right underneath the flower, right across the circle. And then we've got Your, which I'll place a couple dimensionals on the back of that as well. And that goes above Amazing on the flower just a little bit. And then we're going to tuck in our leaves. And I want to just add a little bit of liquid adhesive at the base of each leaf, and then I'll tuck those in. So this one here on this side, just under the flower. And then this one on the left and above the greeting. So you'll end up with something that looks like this. And now you'll have some space here on the back to add your adhesive. And you could do liquid adhesive, tear and tape, anything you want here, just as long as it is hidden behind those elements. So before we add that, we're going to add a little bit of ribbon here at the bottom. And I'm going to do that with some tear and tape adhesive. Just going to add some in the center. I have 14 inches of this really beautiful ribbon. It's called Fine Art Ribbon, and it's kind of got a craft color with gold flecking inside of it. And I really love that look, and it's just really fun to add. So then you're just going to wrap it back and forth on your card. And then take a good pair of scissors and trim the ends. And then you can add your embellishment right over that ribbon. Just like that. And your card is all done. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this beautiful card today. If you're interested in getting written instructions or seeing close-up images of this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsea.com. Don't forget about the Designer Series paper sale that is going on right now in July 2021 over at stampinup.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.